Asuman Lukwago, a resident of Nyanama, experienced a life-altering accident on February 1st when he was knocked off a boda by a vehicle driven by a one Taylor Elliott, an American diplomat.
I
left home on February 1st. I was going to Seguku. Taylor Elliott, who works with the American Embassy, knocked us around Luwa Quality Supermarket.
The accident severely injured Asuman's pelvis, requiring immediate and extensive medical attention. Initially, Elliott reportedly promised to cover all medical expenses, a responsibility he is yet to fulfill. Lukwago is now struggling to meet the treatment costs on his own, ultimately incurring 24 million Ugandan shillings. Most of this money was borrowed from friends.
He was the first one to give us first aid. I was bleeding a lot. We called him again when the doctors wanted to operate me at Mulago. He wasn't able to come, but asked us to do all it takes to foot the bills and tasked us to keep the receipts. I paid for everything, but ever since, we haven't been helped.
Traffic police spokesperson Michael Kananura confirmed that they have a record of the accident involving Taylor Elliott. Despite writing to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they are yet to verify Elliott's diplomatic status.
We know about that complaint because it came up to headquarters here, actually up to the office of the director. And of course, when we looked at the identity card of Mr. Taylor, it showed him as a work of the embassy. So we were only not sure whether he has that diplomatic immunity or not. But we went ahead and wrote to the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, wanting to get more facts about him and establish whether he has that immunity, because of course we know that when he has this diplomatic immunity, he may not be again subjected to these other criminal things.
The police are advising Lukwago to lodge his complaint with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, noting that Elliott was at fault in the incident according to their findings.
We know it is taking somehow long, so if also the victims can also go ahead to lodge their complaint to the offices of State Attorney or DPP, so that whatever they will guide us.
City lawyer Asuman Matofu pointed out a gap in the law, noting that the nature of diplomatic immunity prevents legal pursuit against diplomats.
When you look at the international law, in particular, when you look at the Diplomatic Privileges Act in Uganda, it exempts the foreign missions and the embassies from civil and criminal liability. So what does that mean? That means that you cannot hold one of the diplomats liable if he or she, what he did was under his official duties. It is only under Article 31 that exempts for you to take on these diplomats in case they do something that is wrong. And that only arises when there are commercial transactions.
Matovu has advised Lukwago to seek compensation through the Attorney General, who represents the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but acknowledged that the laws governing such cases remain unclear.
Whereas we know that it is Foreign Affairs that is responsible for these embassies and missions, as prudence, this client or Asuman Lukwago can pursue Foreign Affairs, and in pursuing Foreign Affairs, he can take on the Attorney General. However, it would be reasonable if the embassy or the mission settles this person and compensates for what he or she has done, because it taints an image to this mission or to this embassy.
When contacted, the American embassy stated that diplomatic personnel fully cooperate with local authorities and provide insurance information when involved in motor vehicle incidents. They added that they are aware that Lukwago's lawyers have been fully engaged in this matter. David Ijo, NTV Tonight.